Richard Hitchins. You are a
It's not scary. He not this. Bro. I mean, look, the writing on the wall right now, bro. The writing on the wall. He might be a bitch ass nigga. I can say it right now. It just might.
No, I
He
just,
not. I know you said
I,
that, bro. Look.
I just
All
don't
right.
believe
Look.
it, man.
You don't think? Look, bro. He had a fight. He pulled out the same day. The same. Come on, bro. The same day. He ducked a lot of people, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I know he want to keep the belt. Now, one thing that I do think that maybe he's doing, maybe he did this on purpose, is that maybe now his manager, I know Keith Conley. I had dealing with Keith Conley before, right?
Mhm.
Now maybe his manager came out here to Vegas and spoke with Zuffa, and maybe they doing something like, because he is a free agent, right? Y'all don't think about it like that. He is a free agent. I heard in the boxing world, I heard he's scary. I'm not. That's just what I heard. So I don't know him. I don't know Richardson personally. I did hear that Richardson is a scary fighter. He has the belt now. He can talk a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, bro, you got to fight. And so Duarte ain't no damn Cambosos. Yeah, he stopped Cambosos, bro, but Cambosos is who could. Bro, who can't stop Cambosos? Yep, not no offense to Cambosos, bro, but Cambosos ain't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? But he went and stopped him, and he all hyped because he did that. No, now you gotta fight somebody real. Duarte is a motherfucker, hard motherfucker. He coming to fight. So, yeah, bro. For me, it seemed like Hitchins ducked him. That's what it seemed like.
That's
What do you make of? You called them the Avengers. What do you make of? All the excellent work he is getting in the gym with Richardson, Hitchins, and Shakur heading into this fight.
I didn't call it the Avengers. I said it. Look, they act like they act like they the Avengers. They act like they this and that. But I don't look at it nothing. Hitchison scary as hell. I've been knowing that. Like I've been knowing that for years. Like that's been the word in boxing. Like they had to pump him up for certain sparring sessions, woo de woo. And he know what I'm talking about. I ain't gotta go say who he is sparring with the woo. But they had to put a key in his back to go spar and stuff like that. He got a heart problem. He got a heart problem, not a physical heart problem. He just ain't got no heart. He, you see what he did with Duarte? Hell, I'm aware about Hitchins for he's scared like that.
Continuing on with Duarte and everything, have you or him or anybody that you know of heard all of the comments coming from Hitchins on Twitter and everything about Duarte, how he would have beat him, how no matter what, Duarte should come up to 47 to fight him now and everything like that?
Look, we all know, and I know for a fact, because I keep learning more stuff and more stuff. He asked trainers, how would you train a fighter to beat Duarte? He was scared to fight Duarte. He was worried. He asked one of Duarte's former opponents, "Hey, bro, how's Duarte? How strong is he? So just by that, any of my fighters, if I find out that any of my fighters are asking different trainers that have nothing to do with your training camp, asking different trainers, hey, how do you beat somebody like Duarte? My fighter's a fucking pussy, and he's afraid. Right? Come on, bro. It's fucking common sense. Or goes and finds, or my fighter goes and finds his opponent's last opponent. Hey, how hard does Duarte hit? Then you're afraid, man. You're asking trainers and you're asking former opponents how hard Duarte hits. That means you're afraid. There's no fucking other answer to that. But you're afraid and you're worried about getting your ass kicked. And look, Hitchins is a great fucking fighter. Before we got the fight, we knew the fight was gonna be easy. We know Hitchins is a great fucking fighter, talented, very talented. There was times where we even said, man, that's probably the best 140 pounder. We're facing the best 140 pounder because we knew we had a fucking tough opponent in front of him. But he made weight the day before the press conference. He was fucking all balls, betting money. Now let's put some money in there. He made weight. Second weigh-in next day in the morning, he made weight. 2 hours before the fight is when they call me. 2 hours before we leave to the arena. So like 3-4 hours before the fight, they call me. He's out because he's been throwing up. He's been throwing up all night. That's bullshit. He was not throwing up all night, because if he would have been throwing up all night, he would have gained 10 pounds, because the limit was 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Duarte gained more, but he had to cut a little to come in on weight
On those 10 pounds.
for the next day weigh-in. Hitchins looked fresh, smiling. I was there. I seen him weigh in. No problem. If he would have been throwing up all night, he would have fucking weighed the same or even less than what he weighed the night before. He wouldn't have gained 10 pounds. So he pulled out because he was afraid of Duarte. Now that he's seen him and maybe Duarte didn't have his best performance, now, oh shit, I would have beat him. Maybe now he's regretting it. But bottom line is, he asked trainers and he asked Duarte's former opponent how hard Duarte hits. When a fighter does that means you're afraid, right?
That's how I see it.
Look, Bam's not gonna go fucking, well, I didn't even know who Vargas fought last, but let's say Bam does end up fighting Inui.
He's not gonna ask Nakatani.
We're not gonna go ask Nakatani, or Bam's not gonna go ask Nakatani, hey, how hard does Inui hit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or Donaire.
Exactly. We're not gonna go ask, hey, how hard does it? Or he's not gonna go ask other trainers besides his fucking trainer that he believes in. Hey, how do you beat somebody like Inui? If you do that, you're scared. You're afraid. It's just the way it is. It's just facts. Ain't no fucking going behind or I would have done this and I should have done. No, his chance to just stay quiet and don't even mention Duarte because he was afraid of him. Just move on with Sufa, fight for the Sufa title, and that's it.
What's good, Just Do family? It's your boy KB. Back to get boxing is Just Do. And y'all already know, man, smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're new. And if you're really rocking with the video, make sure you hype the video and rock out with your boy. But let's get right into it, man. Y'all see the clips? You see the number of different fighters that seemingly questioning Richardson Hitchins' heart. Oscar Duarte called him out his name. Basically said, you're scary. You P-U-S-S-Y, man. You seen Robert Garcia voice his opinion. You seen Oshaquie Foster, right? You seen Regis Prograis. All of these guys are seemingly on the same page when it comes to what they think about Richardson Hitchins being a scary you-know-what. And look, I understand, man. His moves in the past have been a bit questionable. A lot of people were left scratching their head as to, why you wouldn't be 100% willing to fight a Subriel Matias at 140 under the rehydration rules. You had an opportunity to fight Oscar Duarte, and, at the very last minute, you ended up having to pull out. And, Robert Garcia said you were running around asking how hard do he hit? How do you train a fighter to beat him? And he just felt like you're afraid, you're scared. He called you a effing, ussy. And then he basically said you ain't want to fight Duarte, so you should just remain quiet. So, look, man, Richardson Hitchins has been under fire ever since this Duarte situation. I think it's largely overblown, over-exaggerated. I understand, man. Duarte was a pressure guy, come forward, throw a lot of punches. And he's very relentless, very tough. But nonetheless, man, I just didn't think overall he was the more talented fighter than Richardson Hitchins. I can't just award Richardson Hitchins with the win. He had to go out there and show it, and he wasn't able to because they said he got sick and he was throwing up and he was just unable to make the fight. Some question the weight cut, some question his heart. Like Oshaquie Foster, he said he's scary. Regis Prograis said the word around the boxing streets is he's scary. And I've never gotten that kind of energy from Hitchins just watching him as a fighter, as a fan from the outside looking in. I just think he's been strategic as to how he's moved his career for one reason or another. But I can't lie, I can't, really come to his aid in this situation. But I will say I don't think he's a, soft and scary like they're saying. But I do think he's made some decisions that cause people to question him. And I think him just making a meaningful fight and winning it impressively, it'll quiet some of the noise, man. But it's really truly up to Richardson Hitchins to make his next move his best move. We all know that he recently signed over to Zuffa Boxing along with his guy Edgar Berlanga. They're both promoted by Keith Conley, so it's no surprise there that they both ended up under the same promotion, which is Zuffa now. But Richardson Hitchins needs a great dance partner and an opportunity to kind of solidify himself further. He was a former world champion. He vacated the title. They saying he'll be fighting at 147 pounds, so he went over there to Zuffa. But again, he needs somebody to fight. There's rumors about Devin Haney and Shakur also joining Zuffa. Neither rumor has been confirmed yet. But if that is the case, if you're Richardson Hitchins, he need to try to secure a fight with Devin and Dream Haney. Just think of what it would mean if you can get a win over a guy as accomplished as Devin Haney. You get what I'm saying? With the kind of experience that Devin has. So for better or for worse, that's one of the best pure boxers in the game. And Richardson Hitchins oftentimes get compared to Devin and get called, a dollar store version of Haney or whatever the case. I would love to see the chess match between the two. I think if they both end up on Zuffa at 147 pounds, I think that creates an opportunity for that fight to happen. But we got to see. Richardson Hitchins, I've always been pulling for him. I've been an advocate for this dude since I can remember, since the Mayweather promotion days. I think he's done pretty well with himself since leaving. But again, some decisions have left the fans questioning him, questioning his heart, his determination, if he's really hungry, if he really want to fight the best, or if he just want to talk. I believe in him. I think he do want to prove that he one of the best. He's very talented, skillful, just like Robert Garcia said, man. It's just a matter of making the right fights and winning the right fights in the right type of manner for the fans. But that's my thoughts. Get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about all this. Do y'all think Richardson Hitchins is scary and afraid? Like, Oshaquie Foster mentioned, like Regis Prograis mentioned, like Oscar Duarte and his trainer, Robert Garcia. They all seem to think that he have issues in terms of being tough and having heart. Or do y'all think they're exaggerating and Hitchins is one of them ones? But as always, man, y'all get in that comment section. Let me know if I gave boxing this just due, because that's what I do over here, just do boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.